In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. So, are you married to Jesus? Well, Paul says if you're still trying to please God by obeying the law, but you love Jesus, it's just like committing adultery. No, see, we have to die to Mr. Law so that we can be married now to Mr. Grace, be married to Jesus, fall in love with Jesus. Because when you're in love, see, it's not about a bunch of rules. It's about being free to be the real you, the one that you were created to be, everything that you could be, full of the love of God. See, that's the brilliance of the gospel. Everything changes when you say yes to Jesus. You're a new creature and you quit following law. You start walking in the Spirit. There's a brand newness. It's not at all the same. Do you see the newness? If you don't, you need to talk to God about it. Steve McVeigh said it like this: I used to love to play basketball, and I had a bunch of friends, and we played basketball every Friday night. And then I fell in love with Melanie. And I wasn't interested in basketball on Friday nights anymore. Everything in my life changed. I wanted to be with Melanie and take her out to dinner kinds of things. Well, it's the same way with the Lord. When you fall in love with Jesus, you say yes to Him, you put yourself in His hands, everything changes. You don't walk the same way at all. And you see the newness. So, see yourself dead to Mr. Law so that you can be alive now, married to Mr. Grace, married to Jesus, and walking in that newness of life. Well, we take it one step further today. We're still in Romans chapter 7. And I want to look at verses 7 and 8. They say this: so what shall we say then? Is the law sin? See, that's ridiculous. The law's good. We're going to see in a couple days. It's spiritual. It comes from God. God is spirit. It's for our benefit that He gave us all the commandments. So, should we say that the law is sin? No, the law is good. May it never be. On the contrary, I would not have come to know sin except through the law. See, the law shows us what sin is. For I would not have known about coveting if the law had not said, you shall not covet. But sin, taking opportunity through the commandment, it produced in me coveting of every kind. For apart from the law, sin is dead. Well, see, that's just the way God designed it. He didn't give the law for you to follow it so you could please Him. He gave the law because if you walk with Him in rich, abundant life, then you just naturally do the things that God has commanded. They are guidance through life so that you live abundantly. Absolutely, they're commandments because there's no life outside of them. But it's not commandments because that's how you please God. It's commandments because as you walk with Him, you can't help but act like that because you're walking in a rich abundance of life. Well, if that's you, then you are indeed married to Mr. Grace, married to Jesus, not trying to follow a bunch of rules, but following the one that you're in love with. God bless you, in love with Jesus and walking with Him by His Holy Spirit. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.